Hello, my name is Lee, aka a 20-something loser, and this is the Any Percentage of Melatonin. Melatonin is an absolutely beautiful rhythm game, and I cannot wait to show you all that it entails. So, to get us started here, I'm gonna hide my camera and mute my mic because Future Lee is gonna come in and do some commentary for you. So, enjoy. Hey, it's me, Future Lee. Here's Melatonin. So Melatonin is a rhythm-based game about dreams and reality merging together. It's very, very cool. What you're seeing on the screen right now is that I changed my calibration to 1 second, as I'm frequently behind by about 1 millisecond or so. And to start a new run, we essentially have to show that none of the accessibility features are already on. And then the game started when I hit proceed. So we're already into it. Here we go. Yeah, it's a rhythm game. We're gonna go through 4 nights and then one final remix of all of it. There are 4 levels per night and then 1 remix per night. So in total there are 20 different levels and 4 different chapters, so to speak, which is super, super fun. I love it a lot, as you can assume here. Melatonin uses animations as well as the sound cues to help keep you on beat to a degree, because your character is either going to be on beat, in harmony with the beat, or like slightly off of the beat itself. Okay. And that is all to kind of add towards the entirety of the music playing out in the background here. Okay. The level that we are currently on and that we start with is called Dream About Food. As you can see, we're sitting on a chair. This is the main character. They don't have a name. We're just sitting on a chair that's flying. And we're catching food in our mouth. So it's pretty fun. Which, to be honest with you, who doesn't dream about food? Because I certainly do. The key with this one, with this particular level, is they are counting to beats of 3 and 4. And as well as in the middle, there are some visual effects with the clouds. You might have seen it before, where you lose that visual cue and have to only rely on the sound cue of catching the food in the mouth. We actually perfected that last level, which was quite fun. But we're swiftly moving on to the second level of this night. So the second level of this night is called Dream About Shopping. Here we have to time the swiping of credit card with the music that's playing. The gimmick or the key with this one is that they are playing the items on the screen first. And then we have to repeat the pattern with the credit card right after. There you go. The actual any percentage of melatonin is essentially just beating the game as fast as possible. We are trying to get as many stars as possible, as quick as possible to move on to the next level. So per each level that we've talked about here, so Dream of Food, Dream of Shopping, all further dream levels, you can earn up to a total of 3 stars. For this run in particular, we need 2 levels that have 3 stars and 1 level that has 2 stars. Okay, and that is because we need a total of 8 stars in order to move on to the remix, which is quite nice. So while there are 4 levels per night, we're only going to end up completing 3 of them at a time, to say the least. There we go. There's the end of Dream of Shopping for you. And the last one that we are going to do, we are going to actually skip Dream of Tech. And because it's for time's sake, because that one is a little bit longer. Essentially what you do in Dream of Tech is you shoot lasers in a video game off beat to them showing up on screen. The level that we are currently on is called Dream of Followers. So you are bouncing between different social media platforms. Obviously, finding the balance between them with the endless doom scrolling is what this level is taking a look at, to say the least. You can see your like a follower and your like count going up as you jump between all the different platforms. Here. Many different platforms there. The key with this one is we're just bouncing on beat. There's a couple of them where the phone will buzz twice, and that's a signal to us that we have to jump twice in a row. So I'm trying to see if it'll give me an example here. Right there. So instead of just doing one jump at that time, you do 2 jumps quickly in a row there. Okay. There we go. As well, after we complete these like little individual levels, so all of these different dreams, it unlocks a hard mode on top of it. And that one is used for the 100% run, which you will not see me do because it is very hard. And there are only 2 people that I think have ever submitted a 100% run for Melatonin. One of them being a friend of mine. But it is very complicated because you have to complete each level perfectly, essentially. This is remix of night 1. So we've already gotten all of the stars that we needed for night 1, and this is the official night 1 remix here. So what these remixes do is they combine all of the song levels together into one mashup. And you can see the little laser ones. I think we missed it. Hang on. Pause. There's the Dream of Food. Dream of Followers. Where is it? There! This is Dream of Tech. Like that. It's great. Yeah. So this is the end of night 1 here, to say the least. There we go. I will say a lot of this run, in terms of not only do we have the rhythm timing, but we also have the timing between cutscenes and screens. So the transition between nights and to start off the run is very, very quick. We have to hit escape and then quickly down arrow and then quickly keep entering, to say the least. Okay. So we've officially made it on to night 2 here. Our first level here is Dream of Work. Unfortunately, right? We are in an office working on our work grind here. This night introduces the use of the arrow keys. So our previous night, we were only using the spacebar to tap along. This one introduces using the arrow keys. So left, right, and then double between them, which is really going to be key. The double keys in this regard is going to be the little fax machine symbol. You'll see it throughout the run here. But the hardest part, not only do we have the switch between the spacebar to using the arrow keys, there's the double, we now also have to deal with the transition of everything across the screen. So if you it's not just stationary, staying in one spot for the visual cues. If you're using the visual cues, which I particularly do, you have to like train your eyes to like switch between different levels. So you can't keep your eyes specifically in one spot on the screen. Otherwise you'll miss some. Okay, this here is Dream About Money. This is my absolute favorite level. Again, you are using the arrow keys to catch the money in different hands. There is a speed up section. Speed up is particularly used in night 2. Just because, you know, they gotta make it a little bit harder, but it's really, really nice. I like it. There's also some slowdown sections as well too that can be found in one of the levels that we skip for this night, as well as another level that we skip on night 3. So there we go. But this is my favorite level. The lightning aspect here sends the coin to the opposite hand that it originally spawns on. So if it spawns on the left and then the lightning goes off, then you know you have to catch it with your right hand instead, which is super cool. One thing that I know that I haven't mentioned yet is on that far side. Let me see where that way. There you go. So right where my like timer is currently, that is our like progress bar, to say the least here. This is like our streak level. So that's our flame and its progress bar and the streak bonus, to say the least. So if you see that there's the blue flame on it, it means that we're on a streak and that we're going to keep going. And the progress bar along the side lets us know how many stars we're at for each level. It's really, 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 really crucial here because we're keeping track of where we're at, because there's quite a few levels that we need 3 stars for. And that level was a very, very tight level that we didn't know if we were actually going to get 3 stars on that one or not. But here we are. Alrighty, so our last level of night 2, this is called Dream About Dating. I refer to this one within my community as Tinder, because that's essentially what it is. You grab the phone and you click on the Tinder, essentially the Tinder app, the dating app, and you are swiping left and right on the dating profiles on beat. 3, 4. This one is fairly simple. It's timed in 4s. Where you swipe on the 4th beat, and then you swipe depending on the picture and the sound that is playing, because as you can see, the phone is going to slowly tip away from us, and now we're not going to be able to see and get that visual cue anymore. So we have to rely on the audio cues for this one. Bum, 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 bum. Part of the other reasons as well, that I enjoy this level is because, and also I shut off my camera for this, is because I play this level using tilt controls. Not actually using tilt controls. I just like to move my body along to the beat with this one. If you're familiar with Mario Kart, you can use tilt controls. I use tilt controls when playing Mario Kart. Sorry. But I like physically move my body along with the swipes, to say the least. 1, 2, 3, swipe. 1, 2, 3, swipe. Does it actually help? I have no idea, but it's fun, so I don't care. If you saw at the very start of this night 2 remix here, here's the key part of night 2 is the speed up. There you go. Here, right here. This is Dream About Exercise. So this is a level that we skipped. You have a personal trainer and you have to follow their lead to pump iron on beat with them. I find night 2 the most enjoyable to do, particularly because of that speed up section. It kind of creates like, it gets the blood flowing, it gets you pumped up, it gets you moving. It's just my favorite. That's my answer. And I'm a speedrunner. I like going fast. That's why I like the speed up section, so. But yes, we do skip the exercise one, which for me, that's a bonus because I also don't exercise. So there we go. And again, here we are going to see that quick menuing of the skip cutscenes between the different levels here as well. One thing to note as well is that Melatonin, it explores the relationship between dreams we have when we are sleeping and the actual experiences that we go through when we are awake through a bunch of fun rhythm game levels. So it's great. As the nights go on, the concepts that you dream about are larger and like more broad concepts rather than you're dreaming about food, you're dreaming about shopping. We're dreaming about time here. I usually at the beginning of this level say, I'll see you when I see ya, because this is one of the levels that requires the most amount of concentration for me. And that is because it's hard. That's all that it is. It's very difficult. And it's a known difficult level for a lot of people, to say the least. You have to time it perfectly to not miss hitting any of the clocks flying towards you. So you have to time it both of you getting in position to hit the bat and then also the swing through of hitting the clock. You'll hear me say with this one, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you hit it on the and 4 part. And then the fast 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Like that. There you go. The fast section is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At least in my brain, to think about it that way. I played the violin for over 10 years. And so when it comes to rhythm games, I'm very methodical in nature in that I'm constantly trying to keep track of the time measures in my head, which is at some points to my own fault. So, but it is quite fun, to say the least. I will say with Dream of Time, the hardest part for me is usually the 3 clocks that exit out of the same portal. As the closer ones are easier to like miss and forget about as well. With that level, you have a max of 5 early/lates that you can get in order to get 3 stars. So very, very precise timing. This next level that we have made our way to is called Dream of Space. Okay. There we go. So, this one is done in 4s and 3s. You have to time it to the top of the, so on the TV screen, you can see there's the little, I hope you can see. I hope my face isn't covering it. There we go. It is not covering it. Confirmed. You have to keep track of that little bar that goes up to the top. You have to hit spacebar once it hits the top, and then once it hits the bottom to launch the rocket. So you have to power up the rocket, and then you have to launch it. For me, this becomes a hard one right now. When you lose the visual cues of the television going away and have to rely on only the audio cues, that is where this one becomes particularly difficult. 1, 2, 3. There you go. But then it comes back, so don't worry. Apologies, I am getting a sickness right now as well, but yeah, here we go. We're still doing Dream of Space. We're on our last tick there. And as you can see, we were 1 off. We had 1 too many earlies from getting 3 stars on that one, which is totally okay. Because that is my designated level that you can get only 2 stars on. This one here. Very stark contrast. Very calming. Very relaxing. We're just watering plants. This is called Dream of Nature. We just have to water the plants on beat here. It fluctuates between counts of 3 and counts of 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 And that's it. It's very calming, very relaxing. It just alternates between the 2 of them. And we're just here watering our plants. Here watering our plants. We are already on night 3, which means that we have the night 3 remix left to go. We have 3 levels in night 4, the night 4 remix, and then the morning remix, which is super fun as well too. Super fun. I will talk a little bit about the level that we skip for this one. This is the level that we skip is my least favorite level. Out of all the levels, it is my least favorite one. And you'll see why when we go into the remix here in just a second. It is called Dream of Mind. Why? It's got an eye. And it's horrible. I hate it. To say the least. 2, 3, 4. So with the eye, you essentially have to time it on beat as the little medallion moves across the eye. There. And with any remixes of the night, so like each night level, we have to get 2 stars in order to pass. Which, to get 2 stars, fairly easy. It's the 3 stars that are trickier to get. But it's fine, because we don't need 3 stars for any of the remixes, to say the least. With the eye as well too. Not only is it the 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll send like 2 at once, and you have to do some like double notes as well here. 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. You can see I quite frequently mess up on that one because we struggle through this one. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's very tough. But again, we only need 2 stars on this one. And judging by the fact that I'm doing commentary on this run in particular, you know that this one was a good run. So, here we go. We'll keep going. The end of this remix will bring us into night 4 here in just a little bit. We've got about 30 to 40 seconds left of this level. So we'll just let it play out. There we go. And here we are. We're on to our final night, which is night 4. Again, as we move along, you can see as well our character is kind of changing on the couch. This last couch, they're surrounded by so many different energy drinks. Probably from a lack of sleep, which is why we're dreaming about all these complex things. It's up to you to decide, though. But we've made it officially to night 4. So, with night 4 here, in particular, this is Dream of Stress. This is another one where I will say, okay, see you when I see ya. Because the timing of this one is very precise as well. So, the lava is rising, which obviously is our stress levels. And we have to jump up and between ladders in order to avoid being hit by the lava here. And if we're late, the lava gets our sweats. So we gotta be careful. This is another one I play on tilt controls. As you can see, I am literally bobbing my head along to it now because of the different directions that I have to go in. 2, 3, 4. Like that. Yes. So this is Dream About Stress. As stated, the concepts get broader and broader as we go along. This is our last kind of concept stage as we are finishing up the run here, to say the least. That one is also a run killer for me, but it's been less of a run killer recently because it's been fairly getting better for me, to say the least. If you saw the one that we skipped what is called Dream About the Past, and that is where we burn photographs to forget about our past life. This one is called Dream About Desires. This is another one of my favorite levels, particularly because of the actual audio itself. We are in an arcade here, which is, the visuals for this is super, super cool. I like it. And we're essentially picking up these prize containers, with these prize containers containing different desires that you might have in life. So we've got things like a house, we've got money, we've got car keys, we've got a fancy phone, we've got food, we've got diamonds, right? And we're trying to pick them up with the claw machine for us. There's 2 particularly motions for this one, which is the fast grab and the slow grab, which is happening right now. 2, 3, drop. One, 2, pick, boom. There's our fast drop. But this is the breakdown in the middle. This is my favorite part because it is so funky. You'll frequently see me dancing to this one because it's just so good. So good. The trickiest part about that one is that you can only have a max of 3 errors. Otherwise, we have to reset that level. So while it is one of my favorites, it's also quite stressful because you can only have 3 errors. Otherwise, we reset because we need 3 stars on that one, to say the least. Okay. One of the other things to note as well. I lost my train of thought of where I was going with this one, but this is our last level that we're playing through before we get to the final 2 remixes / mashups. This one in particular is called Dream About the Future. We're space traveling now. We are on an alien mission, and we're shooting these little aliens as they move towards us. Okay. This is a 2-star level, and essentially it is just me playing this level in order to finish the game. So usually when it comes to this level, I'm pretty like relaxed because it's like, okay, everything is done. Now I just have to play the game in order to finish the speedrun as quick as possible. It becomes difficult near the second half of the song because the aliens, as you may begin to notice here in just a little bit, begin to glitch out. So it requires you to rely on those audio cues as well as to what side the aliens are on in particular. Night 4 is super interesting as well because it combines the use of the arrow keys as well as the use of the spacebar. So there were a few levels here that required the arrow keys. So the arrow keys were needed for dream about stress and then dream about the future here at this level. And the spacebar is used for dream about the past and dream about desires. And it combines it. And then obviously you'll see the Night 4 remix here in just a second. Will also, since it's using all the levels, it's got to combine both the use of the arrow keys and of the spacebar. Here is our last Night remix before we head on into morning. I would have to say that this one is probably my least favorite Night remix, and that's only because it's slow. I mentioned before, I really love Night 2 because of the speed up section. I'm a speedrunner at heart, so who doesn't love a speed up section? But this one is relatively slow. But we're... There we go. This one is relatively slow. What was currently on the screen was the dream about the past. So that's our picture burning with the lighter. I'll go over the timing once it comes up again. Again, for the Night remixes, you only need 2 stars to move on. AKA, I just need to play the game. 3 and. So the different sizes of the photographs on that level determine how long you have to hold the lighter open for it to burn. So like those extra long ones you hold for like 1.5. The very small ones you hold for like a half a beat. And the normal ones you hold for 1 of the Polaroid pictures that you're burning. Makes me almost think about the song Picture to Burn. Because it is true. We are literally burning pictures. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And there we go. There is the end of Night 4. We have made it to morning. Again, that quick transition between all the cutscenes requires very precise timing on top of it. But here we are. We have washed up on a beach somewhere. I don't know where. But apparently we have still passed out from our energy drink crash. But this is a remix of every single song that we've done so far. And the end of the run is just me playing this game out to showcase the wonderful music here. The last level for me is a very very like proud moment that you've officially finished the run itself. It's like a big party at the end. Because again, it's just like, okay, I just have to play through this. And then, you know, the cards are out of my hands. Like, I don't have to control anything anymore. I just play through it, and then we move on. And then it's like, okay, let's see how we actually did in terms of timing with it, to say the least. But again, it combines all of the levels. It does get slightly faster as it moves along. There isn't a speed up section, but it just, in general, gets slightly faster as the song progresses here. And 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. There we go. While we are finishing up this run here, to say the least, my name is Lee. I go by 20-something loser online. My pronouns are she, her. I speedrun a variety of different games. My main game is Stardew Valley, but I also speedrun this lovely rhythm game, Melatonin. I speedrun Strange Horticulture, Played Up. There's a long list now at this point, and I can't believe that I've actually fallen in love with speedrunning, to say the least. But Melatonin is my first, like, official, like, rhythm game speedrun. And I chose Melatonin in particular to speedrun because of how beautiful these graphics are, as well as just the audio and the music quality itself. It's just good. It's just a good game. That's all I have to say about it. It is just so nice to play through. It is just a well-made, like, indie rhythm game. With all, like, original music, everything. And again, the levels are just so fun to play through. And with those last 4 shots of the little alien creatures, this is where we get to the point of the last few seconds of the run. That's the point of the run where it's like, okay, everything's out of my hands. I can't control it from here on out. It's just a dance party. And so with that being said, we're going to dance it out because that's all that you can do. For this run, I will have commentary, as I am obviously commentating right now to all of you, but I will have somebody there to assist me with commentary because I could not do it on my own. There we are. With that is the ending percentage of Melatonin. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for your consideration, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. That being said, bye.